Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be sharing Grammy's recipe for a quick Baigan and Eddo curry. Now basically this is curry made out of eggplant as well as Eddo. Now it is a type of root vegetable similar to a potato and you can find it at any of your local grocery stores, to be honest. You'll see what it looks like in the next few clips. So this has been requested for quite a while now, so I'm finally getting around to sharing this recipe. So let's get into it. So step one when making any type of curry is to go ahead and start your spice mixture or that spice paste. So in my bowl, we are going in with a little bit of curry powder. So once you have that curry powder in, you're going to go in with some masala, and this is homemade masala. If you want to see how we put this together, I'll leave the link right up here in the right hand corner so you can see how my family prepares our masala. And we also have some chopped scallions and chopped onions to go into the pot. And I also wanted to mention that to make the spice mixture, you're going to need some garlic as well as hot pepper that have been ground together. So basically in the bowl, Grammy has the curry powder, the masala, as well as that ground up garlic and hot pepper. Now the hot pepper is up to your taste and preferences. Use as much or as little as you'd like. So once your spice mixture has been prepared and you finished cutting up your onions and your scallions, you're going to prepare the baigan or the eggplant. Now these little mini eggplants that Grammy decided to use, but if you wanted to, you can use any type of eggplant you have access to. And once your eggplant has been sliced up and it has been washed really well, you're going to go ahead and start to work on the eddos. Now eddos are basically a type of root vegetable. It's similar to a potato, but the texture is a little smoother and less waxy. And it's actually pretty slimy when you cut into it like this. Now it's a little hairy on the outside, so you want to go ahead and peel off all of that skin, and then you're going to cut it up into large chunks, and you're going to go ahead and wash them and leave them soaking in some water before you're ready to start cooking them. That's just so this way they do not turn brown and oxidize. And just remember, the smaller that you cut them, the faster that they will cook in your Baigan and Eddo curry. So in our heavy bottom pot, we're going to start off with some oil. Grammy likes to use vegetable oil in her kitchen. I use canola oil in mine, or avocado oil. Whatever light tasting oil will work for this recipe. So once your oil has heated up on a medium-high heat, you're going to go ahead and add in your onions as well as your scallions. Now, as you guys can see, when Grammy added in her onions and scallions into the pot, it was not bubbling up so much. And the reason you don't want it to bubble up so much is because it actually makes the house smell more of curry, and it makes that smell linger. And it also pitches everywhere and gets the oil everywhere. So that's Grammy's little tip for everyone. Once your onions and scallions have been frying up for about a minute or two, just until they get a little translucent, you're going to go in with your spice mixture. Remember, this is the masala, the curry powder, as well as the ground garlic and ground hot pepper. You don't want to make this mixture too thin with water, because if you do, it's going to take a while to cook up properly in that oil. So make it on the thicker side and allow it to fry up for about 5 to 7 minutes, or just until all of the oil absorbs and then comes back out and it dries up a bit. So once you stir in that curry paste into the oil with the onions and scallions, you're going to go ahead and add in some salt. Now you don't have to add in a whole bunch of salt now, you just want to add in a little bit to start to flavor the dish and build up all of your flavors. If you were to add everything at one time during this process, then what would happen is your curry would have a very one-note taste and it would not have some nice complex flavors in it. So when Grammy makes her Baigan curry, she does like to add a little bit of tomato into it. The reason being is because the tomato adds a little bit of a sourness and a nice little note to the Baigan curry. Now this is totally optional. I know some people do not like to add tomatoes at all, but if you want to, go ahead and add it in. You can also use tomato paste if you don't have fresh tomatoes. So the curry paste was cooking for about 6 minutes, and it started to catch just a little bit or stick a little bit at the bottom. So that's our indication that it was properly cooked and the Baigan was ready to go in. Now, Grammy is using those tiny little baby eggplants that she found from the store, so she did not peel them. The reason is because the skin is very thin and it is not as bitter as the large eggplants. So once you add your thinly sliced pieces of eggplant in, you're going to go ahead and stir fry it for about 10 to 15 minutes, or just until it releases all of its own juices. So once your baigan has been frying or bunjing in that curry mixture for about 15 minutes, 10 to 15 minutes, you're going to see that it releases its own juices, and at that point you're going to go in with all of your chopped eddo. And once you add the eddo in, if you find that the curry is too dry or if it's getting too thick, then you can go ahead and add in a little bit of water as well. And you're basically just going to stir this around, cover it, and let it cook on a medium-low heat for about 15 to 20 minutes more. And once you see that the eggplant has melted away, then you know that it is done. And once your eddo is finished boiling through. So once your baigan or eggplant has melted away and the eddos are fully cooked throughout, you're going to go ahead and turn off your stove, give it a taste for salt, see if you want to add any more, and then you're going to go ahead and serve it. This is best served with oil roti, or you could serve it with sada roti or even some white rice. And if you want a low carb option, you could serve it with cauliflower rice or quinoa. Now, I hope you guys enjoyed this quick and easy recipe. This is something that Grammy and I made together the last time I was in New York. And yeah, if you enjoyed, go ahead and give it a nice big thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel if you're not subscribed yet, and leave all of your wonderful comments down below. Bye guys.